Today we start to work on the elements of nature blanket. I'm working the blanket air, so I have this light blue as background color and black as the motif color. You'll find you will need also a 5.5mm crochet hook, and you'll find the colors that you will need to start with in the written pattern. Now let's talk a bit about the chart, because this will be the chart that we will use for the first part of the blanket. This is a mosaic crochet chart, and this is represented here one repeat. We will have to repeat this chart 6 times along our blanket width. So the chart, you have to follow the chart from right to left, and each row on the chart represents 2 rows on our work. Every time you see a different color square in a row, this means that you'll have to chain 2 and skip that stitch, and that hole, that gap, will be filled 2 rows later when working with the same color with a double crochet. So basically these are the main things that you'll have to know about mosaic crochet. We'll work together row by row just to be easier for you to follow along and crochet along this beautiful blanket. So now we will start with the first row. You can see that it's all in blue. This means that we will work just in single crochet, because the entire blanket is working single crochet and double crochet when we have to fill those gaps. The stitch that it's at the beginning of each row, the color, the square, show us in which color we have to work the current row. So basically we will change the color at every 2 rows. So now let's start and make our foundation chain. I'm using the main color A, which will be the background color, in my case this light blue, and you have to chain 114 stitches. Make sure that your chain is a bit looser, because you don't want your first row to be tighter than the rest of them, because working in mosaic crochet you might get with a looser stitches because of the texture. So I'm chaining 114 stitches, and now we will chain 1, and as you saw on the chart, we have a blue row, so the entire row on the chart is blue. This means that we don't have any stitches to skip, so just chain 1 and make 1 single crochet in each stitch to the end of the row. We finished our first row. Now, as I said, each row on the chart represents 2 rows in our work. So basically we have to do 1 more row in single crochet. So I just chain 1, and starting with the first stitch, because chain 1 at the beginning doesn't count as first single crochet, and we are single crochet in each stitch. With this round, because this will be the last row in color blue, so we will change the color in the last stitch. So work 1 single crochet in each stitch to the end, except the last one, because we will meet again to just change the colors together and see what we have to work next. So I have here the last stitch, so you have to insert the hook, yarn over, and now to change the color we will finish the stitch with the other color that we will have to use, which in my case is black, or color B, as you will see written in the pattern. Now we will chain 1, because we will start with chain 1 every row, And now turn, and we have to look at the chart to see how we will work this second or third round. So we are over here where you can see that we have 2 black squares. This means that we have to work 2 single crochet. Then we have 2 blue squares, means that we have to skip 2 stitches. So I will do the first 2 single crochet, and then I will chain 4 because we have to skip these 2 stitches, and for each skipped stitch you have to chain 2. Okay, and now I'm looking what I have to do next. So I have 5 stitches here, so 5 single crochet, then I have to skip again 1. So I will skip 2, work 5 single crochet, and then I have to skip 1 and again 5 single crochet. So I'm chaining 2, skip 1, and then 5 single crochet, and then we have to skip this 2 and 2 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So we will chain 4, skip 2 stitches, and then 2 single crochet. And you'll have to repeat this section 6 times to the end of the row. Okay, so I finished the row. I repeated 6 times, and now we will work the wrong side row, and every wrong side row or alternate row is worked in the same way. You have to pay attention only on the stitches made on the previous row, and you'll have to work 1 single crochet in each single crochet, or later on in each double crochet, and chain 2 over each chain 2. So I'm starting with 2 single crochet, and now I have to chain 4 because I have a chain 4 on the previous row. And now 5 single crochet, then I will chain 2, skip that chain, and again 5 single crochet. So all you have to do on every wrong side row is to work 1 single crochet into each single crochet or double crochet and chain 2 over each chain 2. Now because we finished the second row in black, this means that we will have to change the color light blue again. So finish the last stitch with the color blue. You don't have to cut the yarn. We will just carry the yarn on the side of the blanket. Chain 1 and turn. And now let's look at the chart to see how we have to work this 5th row or the 3rd row on the chart. So we have 4 stitches, then skip 1, then 3 stitches. So now we are working first 2 stitches, which are what we did until now, single crochet stitches, and now we have 2 gaps, and we have to do double crochet 2 rows below. So every time the double crochet stitch is worked in the same color row, and you have to do the double crochet in front of the chain. So let the chain behind, like so. And now we are chaining 2 because we have to skip 1 stitch. This is the next stitch that we have to skip, and and then 3 single crochet. You can follow the chart as stitches, so you know that you have to work 3, 4, 5, 2 stitches, but if you have a gap, you know that you have to work a double crochet. So now we have to do 1 stitch and then skip again 1 and 3 stitches. So I'm skipping 1 and now I have a gap, so I will work a double crochet 2 rows below in front of the chain. Then skip again 1, so chain 2 to skip that stitch, and then 3 single crochet. We have to chain 2 again to skip 1 stitch, and we will finish this section with 4 stitches. The first 2 are double crochet because we are working in the gaps, and 2 more single crochet. So this is the section that you'll have to repeat 6 times to the end of the row. And the alternate row, as I said on the black row, will be with 1 single crochet in each single crochet and double crochet this time, and chain 2 over each chain 2. But we will meet at the end of this row to work together the alternate row to show you how we are looking on the double crochet stitches. So I finished the row, so chain 1 and turn, and now we have 4 stitches and we will work 4 single crochet. These are the double crochet that we did on the other row, and we are working a single crochet in those stitches as well. Then chain 2 because we have a chain 2, then 3 single crochet, and so on to the end of the row. At the end of this row, we will have to change the color again. So finish the last stitch with the other color. Like so. Chain 1 and turn. And we have to look at the chart again to see how we have to work the stitches. So we are on the black round and it's over here, so we have to make 1 stitch, skip 1 and then 5 stitches. So let's see. So I'm making 1 single crochet, then chain 2 and skip 1 and then 5 stitches, and first 2 are single crochet, and then because we have a gap, the next will be a double crochet, made in the front of the chain, and we have 2 more single crochet. So this was the first section. Now here we have 1, 2, so we have to skip, and we have 2 stitches to make. So I'm skipping 1, and this is the first stitch, which is a double crochet. Skipping another stitch and the second stitch, which is another double crochet. And then we have to skip another stitch, and now we are working those 5 stitches. So first 2 are single crochet, then we have a gap, so we will do a double crochet 2 rows below, and another 2 single crochet into the next 2 stitches. Now we have to skip 1 and make 1 single crochet in next. And this is the section that we will have to repeat to the end of the row. So I'm starting with 1 single crochet, then those 5 stitches, 2 single crochet, next one is a gap, so I'm doing a double crochet, and another 2 single crochet, and repeat basically what we did on the first section. I just finished the row. Now chain 1, and we have a wrong side row, and we will work 1 single crochet into each single crochet and double crochet, and chain 2 over the chain 2. At the end of the row, we will have to change the color again. And we will start working on our next row. And of course, we will have to look at the chart to see how the stitches are placed this time. So we are on this row here, and we have to make 2 single crochet, and then we have skip 1, make 1, skip 1, make 1. I will just count the stitches that I have to make. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches, and I know that I have to do 7 stitches but skip 1 before that stitch. So now I will just start with 2 single crochet, which will be basically 2 stitches, which are 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet because I have a gap. And now I'm starting with my 7 stitches. So I skipped 1, make 1 single crochet, skip another 1, another single crochet. This was my second stitch of 7. Now I have a gap, so the third one will be a double crochet, skip another stitch, another double crochet, and this is the 4th stitch of 7, skip another stitch, and I have another double crochet, and this is the 5th stitch, skip another stitch, 1 single crochet, and I have 1 more, which is a single crochet. And now we have to skip 1 more and finish this section with 1 double crochet and 1 single crochet in next. And this is the section that we will have to repeat to the end of the row. I did the first 2 stitches, and then you will have to do those 7 stitches which skip 1 before. Now chain 1 and turn, and we have the wrong side row, which, as you know already, we have to work 1 single crochet in each double crochet or single crochet stitch, and chain 2 over each chain 2. In the last stitch of the row, we will change the color again to the color B. And we will have to look at the chart again and see which is our row, is this one. So I have to start with one stitch, skip one stitch, skip one, and then we have 11 stitches, I think. So let's work our first stitch. So one single crochet in the first stitch, then chain 2, skip 1, another stitch, which will be this time a double crochet because I have a gap here, skip 1, and then we have to do 11 stitches. And because we have to do 11 stitches, if we have single crochet, we will do a single crochet. If we have a gap, we will do a double crochet 2 rows below in the front of the chain. Now skip 1, 1 double crochet, skip another 1, and 1 single crochet. And we finished our section. We have to repeat this one 6 times to the end of the row. And the next row will be with 1 single crochet in each single crochet and double crochet and chain 2 over each chain 2. So all the wrong side row I'll work in the same way. And in the last stitch we have to change the color again with the blue, and of course look at the chart and see what we have to work next. Okay, so we are at this round here, so we have to start with 2 stitches, then skip 1, then 3 stitches. And then we have 3 stitches with skip 1 before and after, and then again 3 stitches. So let's start. So I'm doing the first 2 stitches, which are 1 single crochet, and the next will be a double crochet because I have a gap. Then skip 1. Then I have 3 stitches to make. The first one is a double crochet because I have a gap, and then 2 more single crochet. And now I know that I have to skip the first one, and then we have to make 3 stitches. So first, skip 1, second, skip 1, and third, skip 1, and we have to do again those 3 stitches, 1, 2, and the third will be a double crochet. Then we have to skip 1 and finish the section with 2 more stitches. First is a double crochet and the second one is a single crochet. And this is the section that we will have to repeat. So now we start again the section with 1 single crochet and a double crochet, skip 1, those 3 stitches, and repeat the entire section 6 times, so 5 more times. And then the next row, the wrong side row, work the wrong side row as you did until now, And we are meeting now at the end of the wrong side row to change the color. You already know how the alternate row is worked. So from now on we will work together only the right side row and see how we are working the stitches. So now we are on a black row, which is this, and we have to start with 1 stitch, skip 1, 7 stitches, skip 1, 7 stitches. So start with 1 single crochet, skip 1, then we have to do 7 stitches. And you know, if you have a gap, you will have to do a double crochet 2 rows below. If you have a single crochet, just make a single crochet. And I have 3 stitches. This is the 4th, 5, 6, and 7. Now we have to skip 1 stitch, so chain 2, and again we have to work 7 stitches. The first will be a double crochet. You can see that there's basically a section is has 2 a repeated section has 2 sections, and both of them are in mirrors. So now we are starting with doing the 7 stitches, and we will finish in the same way as the same section start, with skip 1 and 1 stitch, 1 single crochet. And now we will just have to repeat this section 5 more times. Also, you will have to wear the wrong side row, making 1 single crochet in each single crochet and double crochet and chain 2 over a chain 2. And we will meet at the end of the wrong side row to change the color again and see how the blue row is worked. So I'm going into the last stitch and finish this last stitch with color blue, chain 1 and turn. Okay, so we are at this round here, which is the middle round, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches, then 5, and again 5. So this will be an easy row. So to be easier for you, you don't have to count how many single crochet, how many double crochet. Count only the stitches, and you know that, well, if you have a single crochet, you have to work a single crochet. If you have a gap, you have to work a double crochet 2 rows below. So I did the first 6 stitches. Now I'm skipping 1 and chain 2 and skip 1. Now I have to work 5 stitches, and the third will be a double crochet because I have a gap. Chain 2 and again 1 single crochet, 2, 3 single crochet, 4, now a gap, 5 and 6. Now just repeat this section 5 more times, work the wrong side row, and we will meet again on the next row where we have to change the black and see how we have to work the next row on the right side. Okay, so we will meet at the end of the wrong side row, and we are changing the color with the black again. Chain 1 and turn. As you can see, we are already at the half of our mosaic pattern, and as you will see on the chart also, basically we were starting to work in the mirror the previous row that we did. So basically this next row in black will be the same as the previous one, only that the stitches will be a bit different. So you might have a single crochet where you had a double crochet, but the number of stitches is the same. So I made one single crochet, chain 2 and skip 1, and now we have to work those 7 stitches. And now skip 1. And again 7 stitches. Chain 2, skip 1 stitch, and then 1 single crochet. And the repeated section is done. You'll have to repeat it to the end of the row, make the wrong side row, and then we will meet again. Okay, so we are changing the color again into the last stitch. Changing with blue. I already turned my work, and let's see now on the chart to see what we have to do. So is this row over here, so we have to start with 2 stitches, then skip 1, make 3, then skip 1, make 1, repeat it 3 times, and skip 1 and make 3. So let's see if we remember this. If not, always it's good to have the chart on hand. Just make sure along the row that you can look at the chart and see how you have to work the stitches. So I'm starting with the first 2 stitches, which are 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet. Then chain 1, and I have to do the 3 stitches, which are this time 3 single crochet. Then chain 1, skip 1 and make 1 single crochet, chain 1, skip 1 and a double crochet, chain 1, chain 2, sorry, and the third one. And now we will have to skip 1 stitch and make 3 single crochet in the next ones. Skip again 1 stitch, and we will finish the section with 2 stitches, which are 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet and 1 single crochet. And now we have to repeat the section 5 more times to the end of the row. I just started working here with the first 2 stitches from the section, and then you will have to work the wrong side row in the same way as you did until now, and we are meeting now to change the color again at the end of the wrong side row and see how we have to work the next row. Starting with chain 1, And let's look on the chart to see how we have to work the stitches, or how many stitches we have to work and to skip. So we are on the this row here, so this one. So we have to make one and then skip one, make a second stitch and skip one, and then make 11 stitches. So let's see. So I'm making first single crochet, then I have to skip one, then a double crochet because I have a gap here, and I have to skip one again, and then I will work 11 stitches. And remember that if you have a gap, you'll have to make a double crochet. If you have a single crochet, you'll have to make a single crochet. And I'm working 11 stitches now. I still have two more single crochet. Then we have to chain 2 and skip 1. Make 1 double crochet next, then chain 2, skip 1 and 1 single crochet. And this is the section that we have to repeat, is basically this row over here. And now repeat the section 5 more times, make the wrong side row, and we will meet at the beginning of the right side row here to see how we will work the next stitches and the next row. So we are over here, so I'm showing you so I have those 7 stitches and skipping 1, repeated several times. So skip 1 and 1 single crochet, and we have to start with 2 stitches. So 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet next, and then chain 2 and 1 double crochet. Chain 2 and make another stitch, which is the second one. Chain 2 and making the third one. Chain 2, skip 1 and the fourth stitch. Chain 2, skip 1, the fifth. Chain 2, skip 1, the sixth stitch. Chain 2, skip 1 and the seventh, and here is a double crochet. Then chain 2 and we're finishing the section with 2 stitches, which are 1 double crochet and 1 single crochet. And this was the section that we are repeating to the end of the row, starting the section 2 right now with the first 2 stitches, and then just repeat and make chain 2, 1 stitch 7 times, and work the wrong side row, and we will meet again to change the color and see how we will work the next row. So we are here, row 27, 28. We have to start with 1 single crochet, then skip 1, make 5, and then those 2 stitches with skipping 1 at the beginning and at the end. So let's see how we will do this. So 1 single crochet, chain 2, skip 1. Now making a double crochet because I have a gap, then a single crochet, a double crochet, a single crochet, and a double crochet. Now I have to skip one, and I make the double crochet, then skip another stitch and another double crochet, and skip another stitch. And now we have to do those 5 stitches, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, and again 1 double crochet, and chain 2, and finish the section with 1 single crochet. And this will be the section that you will have to repeat, and the same we will meet at the end of the wrong side row to see how we will work the next row. So we have to start this row with 4 stitches, then we skip 1, we have 3, skip 1, 1, and again 3. And let's see how we are working this row. We are having just a few rows to the end of this part. So we are starting with 1 single crochet, then a double crochet, because we have to do at the beginning 4 stitches, and now we have 2 more single crochet, chain 2, skip 1, and we have to do 3 stitches. 1 is a single crochet, a single crochet, and then we have a double crochet because it's a gap. Now we have to skip 1, and then 1 double crochet next, skip 1 again, and then we have to do those 3 stitches. So 1 double crochet, 1 single crochet, and another single crochet. And now chain 2, and we have to do 4 stitches to finish the section. So 1 single crochet, another single crochet, a double crochet, and then a single crochet. And then we are starting to repeat this section to the end of the row, and the same we will meet at the end of the wrong side row to change the color again and see how the next row is worked. So we are here on this row, so we have to start with 2 stitches, then skip 2, and then 5 stitches, skip 1, and 5 stitches, and again skip 2, and finish the section with 1 single crochet. So let's see, I'm chaining 1, my work is already turned, and now 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and then I have to skip 4. So to skip 4 stitches, as we did on the first black row, I think we have to chain 4, then skip the next 2 stitches, and then we will have to make 5 stitches. First one is a double crochet because we had a gap, then 3 single crochet, and another double crochet. Now we have to skip 1, work another 5 stitches. Okay, chain 4 and skip 2, and then 2 more single crochet, the same as we start. So we did 5, and now we have to chain 4, skip 2 stitches, and 2 more single crochet. So this is the section that has to be repeated to the end of the row. Make the wrong side row, and now we will change to blue again. And let's see, because we are on the last 2 rows on the chart here, and as you can see there are no different color squares along these rows. This means that we don't have to skip any stitches. So basically we are working one stitch in each stitch, and if you have single crochet you have to work a single crochet. If you have a gap, a chain, then you will have to do the double crochet 2 rows below in front of the chain. So this is how the row, this row will be. Working one stitch in every stitch, and if there's a gap, working a double crochet. This means that the wrong side row, because you know the wrong side row, you have to work one single crochet in each stitch and chain over chains. This means that you will have an entire row just in single crochet stitches. And after making the wrong side row with this color, with this blue color, you'll have 2 more rows to make in black, just in single crochet, and then the part will be finished. Okay, so I finished all the rows. Now the first part of this blanket is done, and I hope that we will meet again at for the second part and to see how we will work the second part of this blanket.